I love it when Netflix recommends new shows that weren't even on my radar. This time it's a Netflix original series from Africa called Queen Sono. A secret agent fights to protect her country while coping with a tragedy from her past and dealing with building crises in her personal life. I went into this show completely blind. I didn't know anything about it or any of the players. The star is Thusi, and she plays Queen Sono. And Queen is actually her first name, which is an important distinction to make when you're thinking about this show, that she's not a queen, her name is just Queen. She is powerful, smart, well-trained, and deadly. There's no way in the world I want to get in a fight with this woman because she will win, hands down. Queen works pretty tightly with the team inside her secret agent lair, and as can be expected, the tensions sometimes run high. She doesn't always get along with everybody, but they each have this unique dynamic with her. There's also a villain in this, and they're working to upset the government and its people, but in sneaky and subtle ways. It's not just this widely overt action that's going on, because kind of like any espionage or spy show, you don't just hit somebody over the hammer and expect everybody to change. No, you do it from below, and you just whittle away here and here and here, and then all of a sudden you've taken over, or you've caused extreme chaos. The story is a little convoluted and kind of all over the place at times. I see where they're going. I understand what they're trying to do, but just some of the dots don't connect well. And some of it just feels like it was left out, or it was kind of slapped together, or maybe I just missed something, but I was paying attention, so I don't think I missed anything. Then some of the story to me just wasn't very compelling or interesting also. There are slow moments, and that doesn't make it uninteresting. It's just some of it just kind of seemed to fall off of the wayside as far as the central story's going, and I just kind of like, oh, I don't really care about this. Can we get back to the main point of the show? There are quite a few scenes in this that are exciting because there's a lot of drama or a lot of tension and some wild action going on, especially with Queen. Like I said at the beginning, I don't want to get a fight with this woman because she's a little bit like Jason Bourne at times, where she's gonna kick my butt and not even break a sweat. As mixed as I am about the story, the characters are really the reason to watch. I mean, Queen is outstanding, and then her relationships, they're just complex, they feel real, they feel genuine, and they come across that way on the screen. And it makes me endeared to watch her and then to also watch their interactions. I mean, she has a best friend, she's got her coworkers, she has personal relationships, even stuff from her past, and then her grandmother too. And that's one of the ones that I absolutely loved. I mean, there are some quiet moments between her and her grandmother, and a lot is said in those, and a lot is conveyed, and there's not a lot going on. I mean, it's just the two of them sitting and experiencing time together and discussing things about the past or the future. And some of it even sets up a cool scene later in the series. But each relationship brings out a different facet of Queen, and I liked that. And I liked that it gave her so much depth as a character, and then it also brought life to all of these other characters as well. I do want to see more of certain characters because I feel like we're just scratching the surface. I just wish the story, though, was better to match the awesomeness of Queen's character. Then you have the scenery, and it's awesome to look at. They go into the jungle sometimes, and even just the cities. While the city's not necessarily what you would think of as beautiful, it's great to look at. And it transported me into a culture that I'm unaware of and that I don't know. And so I get to travel there and I get to see it. And some of it is beautiful. Some of it is exotic. Some of it is just kind of dirty, or just it really could be down the street from my house, just with different house painting and house structures. All that to say, I'm hooked for a second season, and I'm excited to see what else comes from Netflix Africa. There's sex, nudity, profanity, and a lot of violence. I give season 1 of Queen Sono 3 out of 5 couches. So are there any good movies or shows based in Africa that you can recommend to me? I'm going to give you one. It's The Power of One. It's with Morgan Freeman, Stephen Dorff, and a very young Daniel Craig. I mean, the soundtrack alone is reason enough to watch that film. It's so good. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.